I know this is hard for you, but winter is coming.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to One Strange Adventure and welcome to the next video. In today's video, we are going to talk about a few things when it comes to winter. Yes, winter is coming. Today is the first day or the first night that it actually dropped below like 30 degrees here. So we're going to talk about three things in this video. One, we're going to talk about how we stay warm inside the RV this winter. Two, how we're going to keep moisture down in the RV while we're running the heat. And three, make sure things don't freeze up. So let's go back inside where it's a little bit warmer. Okay, so like I said, there's three things that we want to cover in this video. Came back in where it's nice and warm with my lovely wife. And the first thing is how are we going to stay warm this winter? Two, like how are we going to keep that moisture down? And then three, of course, keeping things from freezing up. Outside, yeah. So there's a couple of different things that we want to chat about. First, talk about how we're going to stay warm.
First, we have our fireplace that was built into our unit.
Which is electric.
It's electric.
Boogie, woogie, woogie.
It has high heat, low heat, and then of course just decorative flame. We usually keep it like on 65, 66 to try to help it stay just a little bit below where the...
Just keep the chill out of it.
Yeah, just keep the chill out of the room and help the furnace out a little bit.
And we usually turn it on when we first get to a site, and if it's too cold, like it'll take the chill out of the main living area pretty fast.
Yep, while you're setting up and getting all your stuff out, you can have it starting to chill out since you have electric hookups and it's free.
Yep, and a couple other things we have these electric space heaters, and we have two of them. One stays up front. One stays in the back in the bunk room because that's typically where this RV tends to be the coldest when it's cold outside.
If the kids would leave the door open, it doesn't get as cold in their bunk room. But they like, if they're gaming with their friends or doing schoolwork or whatever, they'll shut the door to have a little privacy. And of course, they only have one ductwork back there, so it doesn't get as much heat as the rest of the house. So that we don't sweat to death so that they can be warm. We just give them a space heater.
And it helps to have some fans running too to circulate the air. Now, we also have our main furnace that we do run, especially since it was below 30 degrees last night. And so we do run our furnace, and that's why we keep our space heaters down a little bit so that our furnace kicks
doesn't
on.
have to run as much.
Well, but we want it to kick on at least a couple of times because it's also heating the bays.
Right.
But running the furnace actually creates moisture, and in the wintertime you can get that condensation on your windows and things like that. So the next thing that we're trying to care for is the amount of moisture that's in the RV. We want to keep that down. And Cindy has found some pretty cool things to share with you guys.
Yeah, so the first one I got was just charcoal bags, the black charcoal, bamboo charcoal, whatever. There's tons of different ones out there. I found a pack of 15 of these little bad boys on Amazon for like $23. And they're reusable, which is nice because you can use damp rid and the powder stuff, but the problem is that once it gets wet, you have to throw it away and buy more. These ones, you actually will use them until you start feeling like they're damp, and then just set them outside in the sun. Even if it's cold outside, the sun will help dry them out a little bit.
We actually put one under our mattress, and I've noticed a difference, especially with a memory foam mattress.
Yeah.
If there's too much humidity, you can feel it in that mattress.
Yep,
and so we have one of these under our bed.
I put it under the bed and in the cabinets, like where the towels are, anywhere that corners is where all your moisture gathers. So I put little command strips up in the corners and hung them throughout the camper. So I did get 15 of them because it was a pack of 15. Second thing I got it's called Eva Dry, EVA Dry, and it's a mini dehumidifier. So it doesn't have a reservoir for the water. There's little beads inside. Mine is dark because I need to actually plug it in. But the beads inside are actually orange, and then they'll collect water, and as they collect water they turn dark, and then all you do is flip open the little plug and plug it in, and it usually takes about 4 to 6 hours for them to dry back out, and then you put it back wherever you want it, and it does its job all over again. And that was only like $13.
It dries itself out, and it's pretty cool. The one thing I'll say with this is I've noticed when it's plugged in, it gets a little hot.
Yeah, it does get warm. There is on the Amazon, I always read through all the reviews. Some people said that they were worried about how warm it was. So I actually don't plug it in at nighttime. A lot of people will plug it in at nighttime while they sleep so that when they take a shower in the morning, they can, use it again. I like to plug it in during the daytime after I get out of the shower so that it can do. But it also came with a little hook, so you can hang it up if you need to.
And we just got this little guy. It's a little dehumidifier. Supposed to be able to do a decent sized room. So we're going to keep it in our main living area, and it changes colors. So I mean, it's a nice little ambient lighting too.
Yes.
But we are prepared to keep the moisture down in our RV. Yep. We'll have a link to all of this down below. So
down in the description.
If you're interested in any of that, we've got that for you. The last thing we'll talk about is making sure that we don't have stuff freeze outside, because who wants to be in the winter with no water? Wouldn't be good. There's a couple of things. So I realized that not all RVs come with the tank heaters, but ours actually has basically like warming blankets around the heaters.
Yes.
Around the tanks outside. So I can turn them on from inside and make sure, and that just helps that stuff not freeze. Also, the furnace the ductwork is actually run into the bay underneath, the storage bay, which is also where our Nautilus water system is, and that will help keep all of those connections from freezing.
Yeah.
So what we have to really worry about is the Stinky Slinky, which I recommend not hooking up in the wintertime unless you are just going to go ahead and dump, and then I would clean everything and put it away. The other thing you have to worry about then is the water hose that's going out. It's really probably the most exposed. Yes. So we got a Camco heated water hose to help combat that. And then the last thing you need to focus on is really the spigot itself. And so we're going to get some heat tape along with like a pool noodle and be able to help that to keep that from freezing. But we did get this Camco. It's a 50-foot heated water hose. So you just plug it in, and it's supposed to work really well. And I will say this is pricey. I think it was like $150 for the 50-foot. But if it keeps our water flowing in the wintertime, I feel like it's an investment. It's worth it.
Since usually we wouldn't need it because we don't normally will winterize the camper, but since we're living in it this year, and we're not leaving the cold area until mid-January, and it starts to get really cold here in later October, we went ahead and got that bad boy.
Yeah, if you're in the extreme north, a lot of people will actually do the skirting around the outside of the RV. I don't think we need that. We're going to be gone from January to March, pretty much down south.
So we won't have to go.
We're not going to have to go that route this year. And look, we're new to this RV living thing, so this is going to be the first winter that we have spent in our RV, and so we're probably doing something wrong. And if you guys know that we're doing something wrong, make sure you leave some comments below, because we're learning.
If you have better ways of dealing with the weather in the winter for living in the RV, post them down below. I know a lot of people do winter camping, and a lot of people just take it out to go winter fishing. Like, I'm sure everybody has a bunch of tips and tricks.
I tell you what, if we're doing something wrong, I'm sure we're going to find out quick, and I will record that and bring it to you guys too, and we can learn from our mistakes. I'll be the one outside freezing, having to fix it. But All right, well, that does it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've learned something from it. I'm sure we will. If you like this video, make sure you smash that like button. If you really liked it and you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so.
And ring the little bell so you get notified when we release our next content.
And until the next strange adventure.
Keep making your own.